Hi, everyone. So I want to talk about something that has been like a very big political issue since the pandemic started, and that's the issue of masking. I need to talk about it out loud because I'm the only one that thinks like I do about this that I know of. And I just need to get some thoughts out about it. I think I have a little bit before, but now that they're officially calling off this pandemic as not being an emergency anymore, I have some thoughts and I wanted to just kind of process through them on here. Because it does have to do with being autistic for me. So I have been one of those people that just keep wearing masks. It's not like a political thing. It's like I said before, it's strictly, I don't want to get COVID and I don't want to give COVID to anybody should I have it somehow and not know I have it. So I don't even think twice about it anymore. And it's not like I go out to stores every single day. So I just put my mask on when I go in there, no big deal. And, that's it. And so the way that I make my choices sometimes, I don't know if I've said this before or if anybody else kind of does this, but sometimes depending on what the issue is, the choice that I go with is what the majority of people are doing. Which makes it sound like I don't know how to make my own decisions, but I don't in those cases. I need some information. I need to know what are the bulk of people doing? And then I get that answer and then I reassess my own thoughts and stuff about whatever. So as far as wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, I just have been following not just CDC stuff, but just what people are doing in general. And I still think it's a little bit scary to be in fucking stadiums and arenas with thousands of people and nobody's wearing a mask because we still are experiencing COVID, but it's whatever. So I decided, was it yesterday? It was the other day, whatever day it was that I went to go grocery shopping. I think that was Monday. Not that matters, but I was in there with my mask on. And I had decided, I don't know, a while back that I'll stop wearing one inside buildings if I go to a grocery store or any store that's got lots of people there and not one single person is wearing a mask, then I won't wear one anymore. And so I'm going, and that makes sense to me. That was the logic I came up with. So I'm in Wegmans, and I saw, there's definitely way less, but there's a handful of us, and as it's gotten warmer, I've seen less, and so it's not a fear thing. I guess it is. I don't know how to say this without sounding like a weirdo. I don't know, but I don't want to catch COVID. I have not gotten it this whole time. I am so scared of what it's going to do to my sensory stuff because my sensory stuff regulates me sometimes. If I'm feeling anxious, certain smells will calm me down, stuff like that. And my wife still has what I call it's COVID nose. I mean, sometimes she's got her sense of smell, and sometimes she doesn't. So I just call it COVID nose because she's had COVID twice now. And I haven't. And we live together. So I decided to just see what happened. And I went to the next store that I was going to finish up grocery shopping was Aldi's. And so I went in there. It's a smaller store. It was in the middle of the day. So there wasn't even that many people in there. And I just went in without a mask to see what it was like. And the only big deal was store air smells gross. Ew. It was just gross. I forgot. Well, I guess I didn't forget. I didn't realize that stores just have a smell. And so when you've had masks on inside buildings for years and then you take your mask off, ew. It almost made me want to put it on, but I didn't. And I felt fine. And I know that there's probably a bunch of you out there that haven't had, you haven't worn masks for such a long time. And I know that there's some of you out there that are like me, I hope. I can't be the only one that thinks this. because there's still other people wearing their masks, and they're not all elderly people. I say that just because, it's still highly recommended that like older people like mask up because, for obvious reasons. But so I just am not going to wear one anymore. And another factor that played into me thinking a little bit more about this lately is my wife works for like a hospital. She doesn't work in a hospital, but it's like affiliated with it because she does addictions counseling. And they finally, and it's not, like I said, it's not even a hospital. It's just affiliated, like it's the name. And they finally said that everybody could stop wearing masks because the healthcare system, at least in New York, was really strict about that. So she's not wearing masks anymore. And so then I was like, all right, does it make sense for me to wear masks in stores anymore? Because now she's going to be around all kinds of fucking people. And somebody just tested positive for COVID, like the day after they were told that they couldn't wear, or they didn't have to wear masks if they didn't want to. And I realized she can bring anything home and give it to me. I can get it any which way. I know. I just am pretty, like, this sounds a little bit dumb to me, but, like, I'm kind of proud I made it all this way without getting COVID. I saw an article in, like, the New York Times at some point that called people like me super dodgers. I don't know that that's an official term, but I was like, look at me. And the reason why I felt so good about that was because, like, before the pandemic even started, I remember, like, starting to hear some things about it. And I just had this feeling like it was after I saw a Rachel Maddow show and she mentioned something about like COVID. And that's when I was like, if like Rachel Maddow was mentioning it, then I really should probably pay attention. And so I just kind of played it safe and I went with my gut. And I told Alicia, I said, we need to order a bunch of shit and stock up on some stuff because I don't think that this is going to go very well. And she thought I was a little nuts, but her sister is the same as me in that department. We felt the same way. Like her sister already had pulled her kids out of school. She was doing homeschooling. So Alicia thought that was crazy. And I did not at all. I got it. So I told her, I said, just, trust me with the money and I'm going to stock up on a bunch of shit. And I got like all the stuff that we all stocked up on during the pandemic. And sure as shit, that fucker started. I had all my stuff in here. Not my stuff, but our stuff. It was all organized. I felt like as long as the house didn't burn down, we would be good for fucking years. Like I had a whole like apocalypse cabinet full of like fucking disgusting canned food that was like a last resort. I don't know. It was kind of fun for me to organize and to know that, okay, I have what I need should something happen. And then it happened and then I had what we needed. And I was one of those people that would get like the maximum amount of toilet paper and water before, like, I mean, I got a bunch before they put limits on it, but I would go back to the same store twice in one day. And I know that's kind of frowned upon, but the honest reason I did it was because I always want to be that person that if somebody needs something, I've got it. So if someone in the neighborhood, and there's a lot of older folks in this neighborhood, so I wanted to make sure if somebody needs hand sanitizer, I've got it. If you need like a thing of toilet paper because it's just out everywhere, I've got it. Here you go. And I don't do it for like, oh, thank you so much. Like, oh my God, I don't do it for that. I just do it for like, I know I would want that. If I didn't have something and somebody else did, I would really appreciate if I could have that as well. And so that's why I would stock up on all kinds of stuff because, I don't know. I just couldn't stop myself from doing that. It was like, I don't know what word I'm using. Like I felt compelled to do that, but I don't think that's quite the word I'm going for. But anyways, that's not even what I was on here to talk about. It was about masks. I'm just not going to wear them anymore. And I guess I'm okay with that. I haven't met anybody that thinks the same way as I do about this. Like I said at the beginning of the podcast, and I've always been flabbergasted. Ew, I can't believe I used that word. I don't use that word. I don't like the sound of that word, flabbergasted. I'm not going to say that anymore. Anyways, I never understood, like, why people had such an issue with fucking masking in stores when there was a deadly virus going around. Like, what the fuck, man? I don't want to die from some shit like that. So what's the big deal? Like, I never understood I mean, I do. I get why, but then I also don't, if that makes any sense at all. And then I wouldn't understand the people that would wear the masks, but leave their noses exposed to, like, hello, those are holes that things can get into. It's bad enough that, like, you've got your eye holes, but you're supposed to wear a mask to also cover your nose. So if it's just over your mouth and not your nose, that fucking defeats the purpose. Sorry about that mowing, if you can hear it. It's Janice on her rider, and this house is small, and it doesn't matter where the fuck I go in here, you'll hear it. So, sorry that I'm doing an episode about this, but, like, this has been the one thing that I don't think I would classify it as a special interest. I just am trying to understand human behavior, I guess is what it comes down to. And so, like, I had done the research on masking. I've read all this stuff and seen all the news about people that, like, why they don't like wearing it and, you know, being told what to do and all that stuff. And I just didn't want to die from COVID. That's as simple as that. That's just, you know, and it seems like it's gotten better, and the majority of people seem to not be wearing their masks around here. And, like, I'm in New York, so it's a fairly, you know, mask happy state, if I guess that's the way I could put it. New Yorkers don't really mind the masks, and so, like, a bunch of them are not wearing it anymore, and I'm just gonna stop wearing it as well. And I'm going to try not to think about, like, I'm not going to go into a store and be like, oh my God, I got to hold my breath, I don't want to get COVID. Like, I'm not like that. I'm not going to, like, run out to my car after going to the store and, like, slap hand sanitizer on me. Like, I don't even carry that anymore. I'm just going to have to be okay with, if I get COVID, I get COVID. And also, I could have gotten COVID anyways. Wearing a mask that's not the only thing that works or doesn't work. I don't know. So I kind of feel a little bit embarrassed about doing an episode like this, because I understand that there's such strong viewpoints about this. And the autism aspect is, this has been a hard area for me to make my own choices and feel confident about my own choices. Like I did at the beginning of the pandemic. Everybody was wearing masks, no issue with that. But then, you know, that second summer came and things started getting lax and people were stopping wearing their masks. And I was just trying to understand what was the science, like how helpful are masks, and like why are people not wanting to wear them so badly now? And what's that all about? And are those legitimate concerns for not wanting to wear masks, which a lot of them were not, in my opinion. And then, so this time I'm just going to go ahead with the majority of the people around here in this area who have stopped wearing their masks, and I'm just going to stop, and I'll let you know if I get COVID. Yeah, I don't know. I think in my mind, it's hard for me to understand how there's still like a deadly virus circulating, and there's still like these little variations of the virus that keep popping up, and like it's still killing people every day, and we're all kind of just going back to normal. That seems weird to me. Even though it's kind of been going back, like it's not like this is new. It's been like this for like at least, I don't know, it's been working up to this point. It's been like this for like a year, where things have just slowly been like relaxed because, you know, the numbers are improving, and I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I just, I am embarrassed because I wish that I could make better choices with the information that I have. I don't understand how I have all the information that I know that I need and I know that I want. It's all right there. and I still can't make a choice and feel confident in that choice when I can do that with like so many other things. And so that's why I turn to the public. And I'm like, what's everybody else doing? And then I figure that out. And then I go and try to figure out, well, why are they all doing that? And then that's how I make my choice. That sounds like a big old fucking, I don't know, rabbit hole or something, but it works for me. And I wish I knew why I was like this. Like, why... I understand that people have difficulty making choices. I'm definitely one of them. But with something so serious, I don't understand how I've struggled with this for so long. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm just talking about a fucking mask. I get it. But, like, still, COVID killed a bunch of people. And there is statistics that show that wearing masks does lower the spread and all that stuff. But it's just, you know, that's just science. And I'm just gonna have to smell dirty store air, I guess. Ugh. Like, if I were to wear a mask and there was like no uptick of COVID in my area, it would be because it fucking stinks in stores. Like, I don't know if I'm just smelling people again or something. Because I got used to the smell of my own breath. I would always have, like, I'd be chewing a piece of gum so that whatever I smelled was minty and it didn't smell like my gross breath. So I guess maybe that's why stores smell dirty now. I'm so sorry if you got this far and you're like, what the fuck, man? What is this? I don't get this. I'm sorry. I don't get it either. I don't know if anybody's going to get this. I had to get it out there. I had to record it. I had to say that I'm just going to have to be okay with this and to stop, like, fucking overthinking it. Like, I'm not afraid of death. That's like a whole other thing. I'm just going to go ahead and, like, interject that. Sometimes, like, I mean, I don't get the fear of death. I figure if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Like, if I get shanked somewhere, that's when I was supposed to die. That's how I was supposed to go. If somebody is going to break in and shoot me, well, I guess that's what was supposed to happen. You know, like, I don't sit here and I don't want to die. Oh my God, I don't want to die. It, like, the COVID had nothing to do with that. It was real. Oh, that's so sad. It was really just about the sensory stuff. No, I didn't want to die either. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't lose my sense of smell. I will go fucking batshit crazy. I will go crazy if I can't smell anything. It just grounds me. Like, I've got my scents. I've got, like, my sprays. I have specific smells for specific feelings and specific circumstances. And I know that there's people out there that know what I'm talking about because you're like me too. And so I guess I'm just really worried if I can't smell things, how am I going to be able to like ground myself quicker? Because that's my go-to. It sounds weird, but when I'm feeling upset, my go-to is like a smell. It instantly like reduces the anxiety, you know, at least by 25%, which is a lot. I just don't want to lose that, but I also don't want to die. But if I did, if something were going to happen to me, it's my time to go. It's my time to go. What am I going to do? Okay, well, thanks for listening. And again, I don't know anybody that thinks like this. I'm trying not to sit here and be like, am I the only one? But, like, you know how this goes. So if you're like this, please just let me know so I can move on with my life and feel a little bit better about this whole situation. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.